Can you look at it? So, hello, hello, my friends. It's me, Cynthia, and Azalea, who is off camera, and this is Marty. And we are streaming live from Asheville, North Carolina. Hello, my friends. If you would give me a message to see if everything's clear, and we will check the stream and give it a what do you call it? A refresh if it is necessary. All right. Hello, hello. Let me do a quick test. Can someone drop me a comment to let me know the stream is coming in fine? As I can check it, if you could check on your iPad so we can read it. Thank you, Donna. Oh, hello, Cecilia. Good, thank you. Let me know if the stream is coming in or if I have to refresh. All right. So on Sunday, we made, oh, perfect. I see you, Cecilia. Perfect. What did we do on Sunday? We made some of these earrings. I did this. Oh, hello, Ann Gardan, our friend. I made these with the orange kyanite. And I took some, where did I put that piece? You know, it's funny. I've been carrying it around in my pocket, and I brought it upstairs to show everyone. No, I can't find it again. It's like so elusive. So elusive. A small piece. And it was down by my workstation where I was working with some waxwork. And I was like, here's that piece. And so I've been carrying it around in my pocket. And of course, now that I go check my pockets, they're empty, which is weird. I always have something rolling around my pockets. So anyway, when I find that, I'll someday I'll be able to show the rough of that of the orange kyanite. And I only want one earring, the other one here. Oh, Pat says good on YouTube. Yes. Hello, hello, my friend. Hello, Nilda. Hello, Kathy. Hello, my friends. Oh, Carol is living large, listening from the shores of Vero Beach while hunting sea glass. Carol, I wish that was me right now, because that is one of my all-time most favorite activities is hunting on the beach. So these are considered asymmetrical, although I could very easily get them to be symmetrical. Or is like, is it food? Not food. Not food. So it'd be cute if you wore your little clip-on earrings. Listen. Your clip-on. Angela, do you like that look on him? So sweet. Oh, Terry says, hi, your co-host is looking handsome today. Yes, he is. He's always handsome. My darling. My sweet darling. You know, I was making jewelry yesterday. You know, I make them for the markets. And we set up our tent and everything. And I don't make that many earrings for whatever reason. I don't know why. Sometimes I don't sell a lot of them. I mostly sell my paper dolls, prints, and beads. I sell a lot of beads, thankfully. Thankfully, I'm selling some, right? Because otherwise, that would be awkward. I'm going to flip this camera on so y'all can see it. See what I've been doing. See what's been happening. He's ready for a snack. This cat. I know. I want him to wear some necklaces, but he won't be having it. Like, I found this one, but he would be gloriously handsome with this. No. Don't bite. Just leave it. You'll look delightful. What do you think, is he going to bite it?
I'm trying to, but his neck is too fat.
He's a little bit on the plump side. Terry says, I find I make what I would wear, and earrings isn't that. Earrings isn't that. Well, you know, I wear a lot of earrings. And I love to wear them. They're one of my favorite accessories because they can kind of transform the way, like it can kind of make you look more put together, I feel like. All right, I'm gonna flip this so we can get busy doing something. Karen says, I don't make many earrings either. I don't know why that is. You know, and I wear a lot of earrings, and that's the funny thing. You know, he's probably hot. But he's so tired, he's not even gonna mess with it. We did a good job. That deserved a treat. I'm training him to be, you see those cats on Instagram, or at least I see those cats on Instagram, where they're putting the jewelry and the sunglasses on them, and then they show how they train them, and they give him a treat every time they do it. So I'm doing that with him, so he can model my stuff. You should see his paws; they're working overtime. They're like on the edge of this, and then completely spread out. Oh, our friend June. Hello, June. Today I do have. So I found these. Um, I hate the thing, the idea that I'm hoarding one, you know, because I'm not hoarding. I'm just collecting, right? I just collected them into my personal collection. And so I have these aquamarines that are 10 mil. I think they're 10 mil. Let me get the measurement. I'm going to flip this camera so you all can see. Sherry says, I love earrings and you're never too skinny or too large for them. That is 100% the truth. Because while your neck size might change, like something might be a choker, and then you can't put it on anymore, I have plenty of necklaces like that. Or, like bracelets won't fit. That is 100, that is true. Yes, Sheree, that's exactly right. And I have earrings from the 90s that I made when I was trying to, let's see, put this book. Straighten it out. Sheree says, you can't fool us. Marty is training you. Girl, you know it's true. That is the truth. The most truth. All right, so I bought this necklace or not necklace. Duh, what is this? This is a bracelet. Getting goofy. So this is a bracelet I bought from a friend on Instagram. And now, of course, her name is escaping me. That's kind of embarrassing. I should have wrote it down. I don't even need to write it down. It's just I could see her face, but I can't remember it right this minute. Anyway, I bought this bracelet, and it has a tidy little way of being put together with, you see this, it's a flattened big crimp. So when you flatten it, it makes this like 2x2 or however many millimeter that is. That's probably 2 millimeter by 2 millimeter. And it makes this look a little tidier. So this is braided. I feel like this is nylon, or it looks like either that or it's waxed linen. It's hard to say. Let me get my glasses on. It's like, check my head first. Were they on my head? No. Oh, here. So this looks like nylon because it's a little melty right in here. Oh, and I see some more friends. Oh, there's Melanie. Hello, Melanie. Hello, my friends. Hello, hello. Hello, Karen. Hello, Tina. Okay. Yeah, I always try to put a little bit of extra too, Cherie, to make sure it fits because that's what this is right here. So you could do this. But the only thing that I find about this, it has like a barrel knot right here, which is twist, twist, twist all the way around, and then it's melted into shape. It's really cool, and I love it. The only thing I don't love about it is that it's kind of stretched out because I've been wearing this for a few years, and the beads are loose on there. See, it's gapped now. It's kind of gappy. Probably because this part, when you adjust it like this, it's kind of hard to do it. Let's see. Maybe I can do it that way. It's still a gap. I don't like that gap. It's funny the way I love these bracelets, and I have a ton of Tila beads, and I want to make more of these patterns. Is there any interest in making, if I had kits with rainbow patterns? Because I want to make them for myself and for my markets, but I don't know if that's something that other folks would be into. If it is, I will order, like, get them in bulk, but if not, I'm not going to bother. I mean, I get them have them, I buy them, you have to buy the stuff by the gram. So anyway, I was looking at this and I thought, wow, what if I had a bracelet and had something that was a little more. So this is really chunky monkey right now because I'm going to go in and I'm going to refine the shape. What I'm doing is just getting something, just getting it down. When you get something, you're like, okay, what would work? Let's see what would work. So this is how I make my stuff. Basically, I make it when I need it. And I want a clasp that looks good with Tila's. Because right now, if you look on the internet and say, look for clasp for Tila beads, there are a lot of really, really basic. I mean, they show you spring clasp, they show you lobster clasp, they'll show you ones where you have like this, but then it's like a crimp where you smash the cord. But what if you're not going to use cord? What if you're going to use like softwoods or something? I don't know. Terry says, I'm a sucker for Tila beads and super duos. Both are so fun. Penny says yes. So that's good. I feel like Penny's probably one person that says yes to the colorways or patterns. I will think about that. All right, so that's the idea with this. And I'm thinking about how that would lay. Oh, I'm glad. Carol just found some sea glass. Love that story. It's my favorite activity. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe this needs to be longer, maybe. And also so that you could do it one-handed. You don't want to have to sit down and fight with it. So anyway, I'm going to refine the shape. It's going to be a lot skinnier, maybe more modern, so it looks like this. This may be longer. What's your thoughts? Do you guys like this? Think that's worth pursuing and then doing a kit to go along with it? I love Tila's, but I hate how boring the clasps are. Tina says I would try it. All right, that's good. That's good. I see a comment. Terry says, I almost forgot I went to a craft resale event and found a bunch of tubes of Daniel Smith Primatech paints. Super exciting. That's a find because Primatechs are expensive. And if you, I think they did watercolor and gouache. I don't know that they did, maybe they had acrylics or oils. I'm not sure. But, those would be the best so that they're not there. If you get it, they're not dried out. Oh, Terry says the kids would be great if they were for a couple of bracelets, like give one, keep one. Love the class, says Penny. Okay, so I'm going to pursue that. All right, perfect. So that's one thing. This is what I've been doing for the week. And this is the other. So last time you saw this, the tail was on the back. And now I had a video I showed on Facebook and Instagram where I flipped that. So now there's no tail on this side, which I might put a fin or something. And Terry says, I would love the clasp if it laid flat. That is what I was looking at. Like, how can I get that to lay flat and also look like it goes with, because like right now it's like this. There's a flip. So I'm going to mess with it some more and do a couple of iterations to see what works the best. And I want to refine this a little more. You can see that the last time I worked on this was a little thicker through here, and I went in and filed it down. There's a little bit more negative space, so it'll be a little bit lighter. And my goal with this, I have a new idea, and I don't know how y'all will feel about it, but we've been in communication with TierraCast, and TierraCast can make, they cast all of those really small components. They do a really good job. And we want them to make some stuff for us. But the only thing is the opening order is pretty high. Like you've got to get like 700 pieces or something. So what I'm thinking about doing is getting paired up with another company. Maybe I can get, I was talking to Kate, maybe we're going to do a kit. We're already doing one with her E-class, but I would love it to have, if we did it on pre-order, maybe like it's available. I don't know how long TierraCast will take to make this and this as a set, maybe one more piece. so that we have, it's like so that's the clasp, this is the centerpiece, and then maybe something about this size, or maybe something this size with like a seal or something, or like a little whale. And have it as the set. And then if you go, like if we get TierraCast to make them for us, the best, most delightful part of that is that they have a really great way of finishing their pewter pieces. So their finishing is really like good quality. And what that means is their plating. I don't know if y'all have ever tried out TierraCast items, but sometimes, like this is a pewter piece that was plated. So this is plated with, this looks like bronze to me. Bronze, let's see. Yeah, so this is a bronze plated bee, and it has a pretty nice thick coat, and I love it. But you know what? I don't want to deal with dealing with plating. Plating is kind of a pain in the ass. I'm not a big fan of it. I tried it, and you know what I ended up doing? I ended up gold plating a pair of pliers because I didn't hook it up right. Didn't hook up right. So I ended up wasting a big container of like the solution that gold plating happens. If you buy it in a gallon, that's how it's sold. It's not in, the gold is in a kind of a fluid situation, and you pour it into a tank, and you set it up with a little thing that puts a current through it, and then you dangle your stuff in the back, and that's how you plate. And I was trying to plate my pewter or my silver with like little details. Like I had it where I was like, I'm gonna put gold, and you cover up everything else except for where you want it to be plated. I did it completely backwards and I ended up plating like the wire, the pliers, like everything else except for what I was trying to plate. And I was so discouraged I didn't go back to it. So I have all the stuff and it's just sitting. But I love that color, but I would like to be able to offer it at a very good price. You know what I mean? Like I would love this to be in pewter, but gold plated, copper plated, or silver plate. So I am going to hopefully get a thing going. That's coming soon. I'm going to talk to Kate more about it and see if we can't get a kit going where I can get enough to get this whole set made. Terry says that solution is not a cheap date. No, because each one would be about Abby says those must be some nice pliers. I have no idea where those pliers went. They disappeared some time ago. Who knows? I probably put them in a plastic bag so I could melt or try to reclaim the gold, but I don't know that I ever did. No, I don't even know what happened to them. So that was kind of it was a waste all around. So anyway, that is the goal. And the opening order is high, but what I'm going to do is do it on a pre-order. And the pre-order will be open for like, I think they said like 30 days. So it'd be open for the amount of time, and then we would be able to ship it when we got it. And I'd get it. The other thing is that you don't have the opening order would be for the piece itself and not on the finishes. So I could, in theory, get, a big batch of each color. And there's a bunch of colors. So that's it's a pretty good idea. Well, hopefully it'll work out. I don't know. I'm going to try it anyway. But I figure if I do with a kit with something, with some, like a bigger company, like beadshop.com, or maybe Candy will want to do it with me. We were talking about, I have a heart bead or a heart pendant that's about this size. Maybe it's a little smaller that I'm working on. And she might want it in different finishes. So we could talk about that in the future. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be talking about it right now, like my hopes and dreams for it, or it's even a thing. But sometimes, I mean, we're just chit-chatting about it now. All right, let's see what's that. Okay, so about the clasp, it could interlock like a curb chain, maybe. Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah, that's a good point. It could very easily, maybe. It would have to be where this side, if you had it, one side would have to be flat. So one of these, it'd either be this side, but have to be like flat to interlock with it. Oh, I'm wearing it. I don't know. It'd have to be Maybe this would be squeezed down and then it would be like this. So you turn it this way to get in out. And maybe it would be cool if there was a design. I like the idea of it being kind of rustic, you know? So anyway, that's that. All right, I'm going to show you what I found. I'll move these aside here. If you're interested, I think these are on the website. I'm not 100% sure. I think Azalea saw your note. She just left downstairs for a few minutes. Kathy says that heart with a dragonfly is beautiful. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is a pretty piece. It's kind of like this is an embroidery, like part of an embroidery. There was this really old embroidery on, I want to say, like Elizabethan handkerchief that had an eye that had like tears and like this was like red. It was it didn't look like this, but it's similar family, I guess. And I loved it. And so I kind of made a version of that. All right, so this is, I'm going to show you this. This is fun. So this is for this. This is aquamarine. This is natural aquamarine. It has a little bit of the black mica in there, but they're translucent. They're really beautiful. I kept these in my stash, and because I'll tell you, I kept them because I wanted to put them in my treasure necklaces. You know, I make these necklaces like this. This is one. This is a latest one. It's with my newest. If you like this piece, it's on the website. It's the salamander button. Very detailed. Isn't it cute? All that cheddar. Yeah, so I would have stuck one of these, tucked that bad boy right in there. Look at that, how pretty that would be. So these actually, when I saw them, I wanted to put them on my treasure necklaces, but I didn't. I just broke the strand this morning. I thought I could go with this too. Look at this. But the best thing I think for it is earrings. Even though I said I barely make earrings, I make them for me, but I don't make them often to sell. Or I make them for gifts. I forget that I do that. So a lot of my friends have my earrings that I make. So when I saw them, I thought, hey, these would make killer earrings. So what I did, this is the set. You get you get a pair of silver, and I would like to point out that I have charged not the current price of silver. I charged what I paid on these, so I didn't mark it up sky high. So that is a great deal. So you get, look at how pretty this is. And the best part is they have this really beautiful, like translucent, like watery. It looks like a planet to me. Yeah, Abby, these are fantastic. And you know what? There were very few messed up ones. You know, like always, I went through and I high graded the strands. And what that means is you hold up the whole hank, you spread it out like this. So say you have over, we'll use my necklaces as an example. All this cheddar. You hold them out and then you sift through. And if you're lucky, you get your shopping partner to come along next to you, and your shopping partner has the light, and you shine the light. Yes, I know it's kind of complicated. You shine the light on them, and the ones that have the best color you set aside. Right, you pull that one, and then you go and look for the ones that are the best shape. And hopefully, if you get the ones that line up to have the best shape and color, you arrive at what is called the high graded strand. Because a lot of times they will just, when they're stringing, you don't know. Sometimes they'll try to get them in a match. And like the other strands were much paler than this. So they tried to match it where all the colors were similar. So I picked out the ones that had the most saturated color. Like, look at this one. This has an eye on it. And that happens because it's like a feldspar or like moonstone, labradorite. They all have this kind of stacked structure, and you're looking through the structure. So that gives it that glint. And they're all, I mean, look at that. They're all like really, they have that pattern. And I picked them up because I thought they were unusual because I haven't seen them with the shimmery mica. I usually see it where they're more white and very light blue. So in this set, there it is 2 aquamarines and a pair of earrings, a silver earring. So that's this. I have 14 that I can make with this. Oh, Cherie, I'm happy to hear that. Cherie says, Cynthia, I have to tell you, I love my chrysocolla from you. It's beautiful. I'm glad. I try to find the nicest beads that I can find because I want to make stuff that is like as magical as possible, like as good as I can make it.
Embrace your every book that.
Oh, yes. While we were in the car, we were talking about our goals when we're shopping and what we're doing and what we want to accomplish. And I said to Azalea, I just want to embrace my everyday magic. And Azalea said, you know what? That is something we need to put on a package or on our packaging because that's what we're doing. We're trying to embrace our everyday magic. Okay, so why I put this up here? I have 2 gua shas. I made these and sent the ones from pre-order, and I had 2 left. So if you've been waiting, then there are 2. I have 2 of them. This is Shibuichi, and I kept the price the same. I didn't mark it up, even though the price of silver went up. So I have 2. And what this is, if you've seen I'm always sold out. So I've made this in a few different versions. What it is a massage tool. So I use it like this is how, like it could be a comb on your head, or I'll use it here, or like this. And it feels really amazing. Feels good. Or scrape down your palm. Or on your face and neck. See, I polished this up so that it's nice. This has a good feeling right on there. If you like to have the stimulation of your fingers, this is the perfect thing for that. And also I put this rounded knob on there so that you could do acupressure. So that's what I use it for. It's like my pocket. I shaped it after a wing of a shell. It's like called an angel wing shell. It looks very similar to this, but they're white and pink. So I made this one to imitate that. And also you could put it on like a necklace or something. And I have mine on a necklace. I put Kate's on a necklace. I made one for Kate. I made one for Jess. I made some for my friends. And I made them also. There was a couple of spas that I made, 3 of them. And I made the packs that were sent with my friend Joanne. Those are already gone. So it is. Oh, Cherie says lymphatic draining. Yeah, it's perfect for lymphatic drainage. I use it on Greg's face. He loves it when I do. You use it with oil, and they're amazing. So I have 2. If you would like, you could say it's lot 548. They're 120. It's Shibuichi, which is copper and silver alloyed together. And the reason I make it in this metal is because it's super hard. This is developed from ancient Japan, the metal Shibuichi, to use as a katana guard. So they would put it as the sword. Katana has that little plate to protect your hand, and they were carved very often, very beautifully. And you would use Shibuichi because if it got nicked by another sword, it wouldn't even budge it. This material is so hard that if this hole were closed up, we wouldn't bother drilling it. We would just cast it because it's really, really hard. So that is one of the other benefits. And it's also antimicrobial, antibacterial, because bacteria will not grow on this surface. So that's another thing. So you won't have to worry about washing it. Oh, this is 548, and I only have 2. So if you've been waiting, now's the time. Now's the time. I would make 1 or 2 a month. They're kind of a challenging thing to make, so I don't make them all the time. I get a lot of fail. The part that doesn't come out is this little tip. I'll get all of it to come out except for like the mold won't fill. So it's kind of hit or miss. So I don't make that many of them. All right, I'm going to get to work here on this. So right here we have this lot, and that's 547 on these guys. I think we had some leftover. Did we have any leftover of the kit of the orange kyanite azalea? Because if we had any of that,
I think maybe some. Mother.
yeah, I've been in an earring mood, and I made these earrings. That was one. I'm gonna finish these out. That's one. You guys saw that from that gem braid lepidolite. I love them. I have one of them in process, and that kit, I think those are all gone. But we can always check if you would like. I don't remember the lot of that. Oh, yeah, I'm just pulling out all the earrings. So, okay, let's make some earrings and get some of the stuff out of the way. Okay. I was thinking about doing this match. Check this out with it. This is that rose quartz with teeny flecks of mica. I thought those looked pretty together. I love it. I don't think I'm going to do that with them. My favorite thing, I love Girl the Pearl earring style earrings. That's why I love these. It's just a traditional shape that is very flattering to everybody. And plus, when you wear them, they have that kind of that swing, that gentle swing that they're just so beguiling. Actually, I just looked down and saw something. Oh, this would be pretty. Maybe. Kind of small. Yeah, you got to be careful with those not looking like little snowmen, I feel like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have for a thicker silver wire. Is there thicker silver wire over there? Do you see? Because I have this 28 gauge. I don't want 28. It's too thin. Is there one on that side? On that, see over here? You can find one that's light.
You want silver?
Yeah, I like silver. Oh, Azalea, you have it over there and you click in. Thank you. Apparently I need to get more. All right. Some silver wire. I'm going to make, I think with these, now I have made earrings. I love mix and match as far as making something that has a lot of texture. And one thing I like to do, I've got these headpins ready, is, oh, here we go. Oh, Wendy wants one for Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a cheap date, but you'll have it for the rest of your life. Abby says, were those finished necklaces you were using as an example? Yes, those were finished necklaces. Although one of them, I was going to cut that up. Carrie Rosse, she says, is that aquamarine? These are aquamarine, and I have a lot here. It's $5.47, and you get this. This is in it right here. So I put it at the price of how much I paid for these guys. So I didn't mark it super sky high. And I have them in pairs. I know, aren't those beautiful? They just glow. Actually, just like this on a head pin and called done, I think would be like super beautiful. But I kind of want to do, I'm thinking about, this is a go-to that I love. I just put this little splash of beads. Imagine that, like right at the bottom, like a little sprinkle. Let's see what that looks like. Or it could be at the top. Which is better, top or bottom? Sprinkle on the top or sprinkle on the bottom? If it's on the top, then it's kind of like, it's almost like a little hat. Or if it's this way, it's tassel-like. What works better? I think this works better. All right, let's do it. Let's do one at least. We could do one. And then I found these tiny little head pins. These are going to be so good to use with these. This is a good use for these guys too. I had these last week. If you're interested, I have more of them, I think. I guess I should have kept some of the stuff out on Sunday, but I didn't think of it till now. Actually, that would be really good right like that. Bottom, says Sheree. Bottom, says Karen. Yes, I agree with you. I like the aquamarine with a pearl. Yeah, I got pearls over here. I got big pearls too. Got these from my buddy a while ago. Check these guys out. Aren't these pretty? They kind of look like teeth, but in the best possible way. You know, sometimes I feel like my camera is flattening out that color and you can't really see it good. Is that why my color out? I don't know. Because it's like you can't see all the nuances of the shimmering pink in there. So how would that look together? And that's part of making jewelry in it, is just doing this. Doesn't that remind you of like either a planet or some kind of sea creature? I am into it. Having a hard time deciding. But what I know I'm going to do first is I want to make a loop on the top, loop on the bottom, a bigger loop for this, and put it on, like make a little thing here. Sheree says too bright. Yeah, they're not the right kind of pearl for that, I think. I think what I need is more like, what do I need? Ooh, what's this? That jump ring behind there. That's pretty too. I always like that look. Or I like to do one of these, but I punch the bottom. No, or maybe like this. I don't have a second one, so all right. I'm gonna put this together and just see what it looks like. Well, and if it doesn't work out, then I can always redo it. I hit my heel on this stool that's sitting right here. Sometimes I have to stand on the stool to see the camera. And man, that like I saw my life flash before my eyes. Sherry says, if you have baby pearls as dangles, this, you know what? I will dig through this because I showed this before, and I need to find another. I need to find a bowl to put those in. A big one. Let me see. Let's see. This is just the extras. I dumped this one. I should just put this in a bigger container so I can mess around doing this every time. Like this would be good, but I have to put something on top because you know what? I hate dealing with my beads if they get dusty. I don't like that story. So I saw some, oh, here's some cornflake pearls. That might be pretty. And those can function like these earrings. So I like to do this one too. So I put that on there like that. That works out pretty well. Oh, my friend Clem. Hey, Clem. And then Sherry says, a sterling bead or silver spacer above the bead. Yeah, that's a good idea. Get rid of that. So what I have today in this is, if you're just joining, we have a lot for aquamarine. Yes, press and seal. Yes, sure, I do that too. I love that stuff. And silver, sterling silver earrings. They're not plated, they're solid silver. And that's $12. So that's that right there. And I'm getting ready to make an earring. Make another earring. I've been on an earring bonanza with this earring right there. That's a good one. I wish I'd finished the other one. And I see all the pieces sitting there. Like, why didn't I finish that? You know how many just random one earrings I have all over my desk? It's almost like that thing. Do y'all knit? If you knit, you'll know. There's a thing called, what is that called, Azalea, when it's like the one sock syndrome?
Something like that.
It's like one
I
sock.
wouldn't know. I've never done it.
Because it was like, I would.
Wouldn't know. I knit my socks too.
Yeah,
That.
I wouldn't know about that. Yeah, I love these. They're like a storm. Isn't that so crazy? I love them. I have one more strand of this, but it's in like a not, it's in a really, it's a hair smaller. So they're not exactly the same size. And I thought, hey, I could make a different earring kit with them to see, because they're a little bit different. They are a little bit darker, and I call them like aquamarine storm because it's like the ocean. All right, where's my glasses? Oh, there's my glasses on my head. All right, those are my favorite ones. I'm just gonna take that off, but I'm gonna keep that on there. Make a round loop. I haven't hooked myself once. Amazing. Usually, I have this kind of small, thin, very fine wire. I always poke my fingertips. Let's smash it flat. I like to smash this part flat so it's faceted. Get this one. Oh, maybe I'll just put one of those spacers. Is that in focus? Or is it kind of blurry? I can't tell.
Looks fine. Yeah.
You know what I might do? I might do this the way Zoe makes socks. I love that shimmer. Pat says, what brand are your chain nose? Oh, listen. I'm a big fan of Zeron's chain nose. I have chain nose sitting here. This is rosary pliers, and these are from Tronex, and I love them. You see that handle? Got a lot of good use. They're my favorite, and these are my favorite cutters. And I love these. Look at this. So I used them. They were downstairs last time, but I use them to round out this part. It's for crimping, I think. Like that's the side. I think these are for crimping. I don't know what else why it would be that way except for crimping. But I'll use the rounded parts to go around and do this. And like kind of firm up that part. Oh, thank you. Sherry says it's in focus from here. Just sometimes it's hard to tell. I've got close focus glasses on. Let's put some of these. I had these last on Wednesday, and I was talking about how this is Hill Tribe silver from the Karen tribe in Thailand. And what I learned is that each one is made one at a time, each by hand, by dripping silver. Do I like that? It's possible. Possible. I think I like it a little tighter. Maybe something like this. I don't know if this would look good. Oh, Wendy says, I love those pliers so much. After I saw yours, I bought a set on Amazon immediately. Yeah, they're good. They're real good. And I believe they're made in States. What is made? Let's see. Yeah, they are made in Saco, Maine. Oh, thank you, Clem. I love that. Bigger on top. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit bigger. I would agree with that for sure. Let's see what this looks like. No, that's not doing us any favors. If I had some custom caps, that would be pretty sweet. Let's see if these will be. Look, I have one sitting here. I bet I don't have another one. You know, I had extra bronze clay, and I made a bunch of these little findings one day when my friend Diane came to visit, and we sat around and made a bunch of these. But boy, I tell you, the holes were really, really small on these. Really small. Let's see what this looks like. We'll do one on each side. You know what else I do? I don't know if anybody else does this, but I will look at the bead and I find the shiniest part and I look at it and see. Because sometimes you get like the shine is better viewed from a certain direction. So whatever way you're going to wear it, so say you're going to have it this way, you want to make sure the shine isn't better focused. Like maybe if I flip it, will the shine show a little bit better? No, it's better the other way. You know what? I think I like it plain, but you know what I think would look even better is if it had a wrap. Let me try it again with another piece of silver. Do it again. You get more silver. Oh, hello, Cindy. Hello, hello. All right, let's get a little bit more. Let's make a Nina Bagley messy wrap. I don't know if she'd like that story. You know, she's if she would say, "Hey, don't copy me," but I will not put Swarovski. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I forgot. You're not supposed to say that word. Is that enough to make a messy wrap? Probably not. Maybe need a little bit more. So when you're making a messy wrap, you need a little bit extra, like at least. So that's probably like 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so we're making the messy wrap. So I put a little bit extra. I guess I could have made this more. So when you do, if you were to put one of those, it's like a rondelle with gemstones all the way around. You just keep going around and around so it looks like a little nest. That's what we call the messy wrap. We could even put those in there. Use this thing to tidy it up. But it's supposed to be messy. One thing I will suggest is if you have the end, make sure you tuck it in because that thing will get in your hair every time. So you just feel it, see, oh, is it gonna catch my hair? No, keep going. See, what's the good side? This is side. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I know, Clem, I said this, we're hopefully gonna get removed. It's like worse than a bad word. I can't believe they have that kind of power, though. Can you? Anyone believe how much power? All right, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna do another messy wrap on the bottom, and then we're gonna go to the fun part of adding all of the sugar. I probably have enough time to make one earring as per usual. Y'all be like, how come Thornton is up in here making one earring in 1 hour? It must take her forever. No wonder she don't sell earrings. It takes her flipping forever to make a pair. And you would not be wrong. Tried silver under the bead. Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, you know what I ought to do? I have another idea. I'm gonna show. Let's see. One strand of that will last a pretty good while. I buy Thai silver whenever I can. I do one wrap around, one lap. And let's do this. Let's see how this looks. We'll do one here. Where'd it go? Okay, let's do another one. I'm gonna wrap and put it in place. Does that add anything? Let's see. This wire. Let me see. It doesn't have a thing on it. I lost the tab on it a while ago. I would say that this is let's see. If this is 26, then this is probably 24. Hmm. That's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna add another one. It'd be better if these were in like another color, so you could see them. You don't really see them this well, but it's still pretty. Still looks good. Mhm. Okay, that's the messy rat, bird's nest, or otherwise known as the bird's nest. I don't know if I like it. I always think I'm gonna like it, but then I end up cutting it off because it's a step in the other direction for me. All right, that's how that's looking so far. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, let's get these tiny. Aren't these so cute? Now I make these. I bought this batch, but I make these all the time. And how you make this is you get your wire, and I usually have it like this, and I do not even cut it. Will get my torch and hold it to the end, melt it, and then cut it to size, and then just keep going. And that's how I make these. I didn't make this batch, but they're super easy to make. I'm going to put on this some of these mini gems. I'm going to find some in here that, yeah, Terry, I would agree with you. I don't know how they would even know to come at me. You know, how do they know? How do they know who's talking about it? But someone said, hey, you're not supposed to say it. My friend Kinga, he is pretty disgusted with that whole turn of events with that company.
Yeah, because didn't she use their stuff?
She used it all the time, and then all of a sudden they were like, nope, we do not want anything to do with the craft industry anymore. We do not want to have anything to do with the whole industry that made us who we are.
How do they make any money?
Well, now they make finished jewelry only. I'm like finished like making rings.
What a bunch
And-
of losers.
Yeah, I'm not real happy. I'm gonna add to this one. So on that other pair of earrings I was showing the other day, this. So my friend made these for me, and look how she stacked two because she wanted the mass, right, of a bigger bead. But you know what? When you have it like this, it doesn't read as small rondelles. You see what I mean? It reads as a bigger shape. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to put one faceted and then one not faceted, I think. I saw some smooths in here that we will pretty. Just like that. We'll do that one. So I'll get that one ready right there. Let me see if I find another one. Maybe, what color you think better? What would we do with this? Oh, found another one of those. So sometimes I'll do this. This is one of my things that I like to do as well. I'll put one and then it goes like that. And maybe like this. Do you ever try to make this small amount of silver wire? Do you ever try to make that work? I save it up here and I often fantasize about trying to make that into something because I'm like, ooh, wouldn't that be great if I could get that to look good? If I could use it. Too many items. Marty's like, what is happening? What is happening, Mama? Hey, we put this, we've already talked about that. It's not time yet, son.
He's ready.
He is ready. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put this on. I'll try and move like the wind. All right, so I think I have, if you're watching on replay, I have two of these, and you can hit me up if you want on this Greengirlstudios at yahoo.com if you're watching replay. I have a couple of more sets probably of this. I didn't count how many. And that's $547. You get aquamarine 10 mil drops or balls with a set of earring hooks. So that's a great deal. Ooh, this would be pretty. I love mixing and matching textures. That's one of my favorite things. Like I never just stick with one shape. I think that'll be pretty actually. It's kind of a I put that. Okay, that one for sure. So far it's going kind of it's going kind of monochromatic. If I go in with this, I think that will give it a more rainbow finish. Oh, Michelle says, I always do that with 1-inch silver wire scraps for clusters. I try to save them. You never know. I mean, if I have a small enough bead, I can easily wire wrap that, but I have to have full focus, no talking, no looking around. That's my eyes are on the prize. Maybe I could do it for show how I do it, but it's it takes some finesse. Ooh, what about this? What about this? So these little sticks, these are mini crystal points. And you know what? This is like the same strand. I bought a strand of this, the whole thing. And that was probably 20 years ago. And they're still in here. I've been using them sparingly. That might be pretty. I know I want this one, so let's add that one right now. Oh, is that right? Cherie says the unnamed company above now sells to big retailers as prestige. I see. I didn't know that. I thought that was Chinese glass. Yeah, look at that. So far, so good. Let's finish this one. I love it so far. I haven't done as much traveling this year. Usually we go out to California and see Kate right about now. So want to do that. It's good times. Oh wait, I need to do this. These are for this. Last on Sunday I didn't have these pliers out. I had them downstairs, and I didn't go run and get them. And this is what I use when you have that little millimeter that's sitting there. I use these crimping pliers to grab a hold of the one side. Actually, I use this to get it prepared. Hold on with one set of pliers if there's room, and then tuck in. There we go. Perfect. I didn't know that. I thought that was a Chinese company. That's crazy town. And they are expensive. I wonder, I was like, what are they thinking about? I mean, they're glass. It's like, why are these more than gemstones? I mean,
Doesn't make any sense to me.
well, they are precision. So,
Still don't.
who was I talking about? I know. I think it's in the labor. I don't know much about the labor, so that's hard to say. Or their colors of recipes. Somebody told me it was the recipe colors for the glass. Okay, so that's what I have so far. Let's see. Maybe a pearl in there. Oh, let's put this little stat. Maybe it needs another color, something blue. I make jewelry the same way I paint. I look at it from a distance and I say, what does it need? What shape? What texture does it need? It probably doesn't need this. Okay, let me just get these guys on and see how it looks. Maybe we'll go with one that's a little bit of pink, or no. I always love to get a tiny bit of pink in there. Can you even believe that I just got that tiny little bead, that little carnelian on there on a 22 gauge, or no, that's 26 gauge. I can hardly even believe it. I wear a lot of this color. And oh, I forgot about this. This is Imperial Kyanite. I use this on my necklaces. And I don't know how that got in there, but that would be glorious right there. A glorious plenty. Maybe some of those. It would be extra some sapphires. Oh, here's some crazy you'll like. Tuck that in. I love that so far. I'm going to use that one because that looks good. We'll take this watermelon tourmaline off of there, even though it's delightful. Let's see. Maybe one of those would be pretty. And it's getting kind of big. You know, I was like trying to make it kind of petite. Petite. Really small clusters, but you know what? The clusters kept getting bigger, huh? It's okay. That looks good. I'm going to put a lot of cluster. I like it. I like there to be movement. Oh. This is looking pretty good. Oh, Prestige is not the same as the S Word crystal. It's just a different brand. Yeah, you know, it's yeah, I don't know. I'll have to ask Kate. She knows all the secrets of she keeps track of all that. She's very good about it. We were talking about making a kit, and it's so fun to make a kit with someone else because you don't, you know, you think that you're like, it can be like I choose the same things. You ask Azalea, she's like, all right, listen, no more blue and orange.
Labradorite.
Get
Labradorite.
She's like so
Every
much.
time.
Yeah, she's like, I'm so sick of it. No more. And I'm like, but I love it.
People are gonna be bored with that labradorite, bro.
And I know that's what she said. She's gonna be bored. So that's what I have so far. Needs that blue, doesn't it? Let's get that blue in there. So far, I'm loving them. They're now my new favorite things, even though they're not done yet. Do I love them more than these? I do love these, but I didn't finish them, so I must not love them that much. I have a big collection of earrings. How do y'all keep your earrings? You know, I have a screen on a piece of, like in a little frame that I have a bunch of earrings, and that works pretty well. And a friend of mine has her earrings on like a little tree, and that keeps them safe. But for the most part, if I have them out, they're on my dresser, spread out far and wide. And I'll need to make a tree, like a wire. You know, one of those gemstone trees would be a good way to organize them or to keep them if you're going to wear them. It's looking pretty good. Let's look at it. What does it need? What does it need? All right, so that's what I have so far. I feel like it needs a pop of something else. Let's look in here and see what I have in this smorgasbord. Maybe a pearl or something pink. Here's some pink spinel. This is from Azalea's collection. Oh, do you like that soft pink?
I love soft.
She does love soft pink. She'll pick soft pink. This is a little tourmaline. I could put a little tourmaline in there. That'd be pretty. Yeah, let's do that little tourmaline. Like, where did I put the... Why is it so hard when I set things down? Oh, here it is. Tina says, I have a pegboard, but they're all over my dresser too. Um, I love them. Blue is one of my favorites. I wear a lot of pink and black. I usually wear a lot of neutrals, like neutrally leaning, and then my jewelry is my pop of color. Where's the hole? Oh, this. Can you even believe that I got that on there? What? I know. That's you know what I'm doing when I'm shopping for gemstones. Wendy knows what I'm doing. She knows I'm checking those bead holes. And if they say to me, oh, we have they're really super teeny bead holes. And I'm like, okay, thank you, bye-bye. Isn't that true story, Zoya? True story.
Sorry.
True, true, true. You think that looks good? Maybe. Let's put it on there. Let's see what happens. Maybe a teeny bit of ruby would be pretty. You know what? Sometimes I like to do. I have a little bead thing. This is kind of satisfying to do too. If I'm feeling fancy, I'll go in with this tool and grab them like this. You know, to make it more of a ritual. My friend Tracy was telling me that if you approach everything as though it is a ritual, then it makes your life more magical. And I thought, I love that. Like, you're going to take your medicine in the morning for whatever. I take medicine for hypothyroidism. I thought, doing this and doing it with intention and just sort of like just swallowing it down, just take a moment and have a moment of gratitude that this medicine exists because I was telling my doctor, and I was like, why do I have to take this? Like, kind of like a little bit of a spoiled brat. Like, I don't want to take it. And he's like, if you didn't take it, he's like, 50 years ago, you would have just died. Or maybe he said 100 years. I don't know. He's like, that would have been, I'm like, what if I didn't take it? Well, you could be dead. I'm like, all right, well, there you go. That's good enough reason. What do you think about this? Wendy, drink. She knows. Big old beads are my jam. I don't want them. I don't want to be fooling with having the drill, even though I will get the drill out. You think that looks goofy with that one? It does. Let's put that back. I'm getting wild. Let's go back to the store here. Ooh, this is pretty. Look at this. This is um electroplated. They electroplated these. Look at how cute this is. It's a little bitty part of the cluster inside a druzy. Let's see how that'll look. Let's get it up there and see. Same, Clem. I fought it because I thought I could heal myself like with the power of my mind, but it turns out that's kind of hard to do. I think this looks good with that. What do you think? Put that in there. It's kind of a callback. That iridescence kind of goes with the opal iridescence. Let's put that one on there too. Yeah, now I can feel it. If I don't take it, I'm slouchy and tired all day long. So it's a good thing. And I'm glad that that medicine exists. Makes my life a lot better. Right? One other thing that I like to do is put a little piece of chain, and you can extend. If you let's say you hide it between, you tuck it in between. Like you don't put it like right on the outside, you put it in the middle. Have a little piece of chain, maybe 3 links, and you can extend your tassel or your cluster and give yourself a little bit more movement, and it'll look really good. And it's hidden in there and it gives it a full look. And then it's not like crazy town trying to uh, wire wrap with too many things. Like right now, sometimes it can get a little bit difficult and busy. There we go. Yeah, whenever I'm fully concentrating, it's like, okay, my mouth has to be quiet or I'm going to break the bead. I love these because you see that I just went in there and tucked that in. It's so good. These are so good. I love these. I'm like, look at me, I'm moving so fast. And I have one earring made in 1 hour. You see that with what speed I'm moving? So as you saw, I took out all of these tiny ones And instead of using any of the tiny ones that I picked out, I went for mid-level size and made this. Terry, I'm with you. One can never have too many beads or too many dangles. You know, girl, you know that's true for 100% true. What's Wendy saying? You know, there's a whole country full of folks that are that are hypothyroidism because they never got fluoride in their water like we did here in the States. I didn't know that. It's crazy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sherry says you could also do wire squiggles under and make him a cute octopus. I get it, underneath instead of under earth. I get it. Yeah, and this is kind of octopus colors, that sort of gelatinous, translucent quality. Oh, thanks, Jen. Jen says, love the dash of color you added to the base. I like that too. So it's not just a monochromatic palette. All right, so how do y'all feel about this bead? This is the Genuine Aquamarine Round. And let me get in there close so you can see it. Looks pretty good. Squid ink color. Ooh, I love that story. It definitely has Under the Ocean. I thought it was like kind of like storm clouds that you get kind of a star effect. I love them. Y'all, can you tell I have a theme of things that I love? I just looked down and I saw this and I'm like, listen, I picked some. I mean, that's even the same kind of palette. Similar palette. Let's see. Yeah, that's weird. Wendy, I didn't know that. I grew up in Florida. I don't know if there's to be like there's fluoride. I think oh, it's time, my son. It's time. So we have a few remaining. I think we have a couple more of these guys. I don't know. I think there's a few. This is orange kyanite. I'm going to put these on the website in the trunk show area. Wendy says she still hasn't gotten the invoices. So I will tell you that there must be something up with the invoice. Oh. So here's something that has been happening. I sent Azalea some messages that I forwarded to her. She's like, I haven't gotten them. I haven't gotten them. Check your junk and your spam folders, because we were like, why would this be sent to spam? Because we've sent before and had no trouble. Check again, and if it's not in your spam, and we'll resend them. But we've been having issues with that. I don't know if it's the settings, but it feels like every time there's like an update on settings, things get taken to the spam department. So what stone is that? This one, if you're talking about this stone, or are you talking about this one? This is gem grade lepidolite. And I had that last maybe 2 weeks. Oh, Sheree says the shimmer winks and flirts with you, Cynthia. Never stop loving apatite. I never stop loving apatite, ruby, anything that has that little bit of a star. That is my jam. That is the thing that I will always go towards. I mean, not to throw any shade on, the kind of stones that are opaque. And I love plenty of opaque stones. I like butter jasper. That's opaque. I'm gonna flip this camera around. Put one of these earrings in my ear. All right. All right. Yeah, he's like, it's time to get busy, Ma. I'm gonna take a walk around the block while it's still light out. Although, I got these what are they called? What are those koi pond? They're like silicone. Azalea's like, what are you doing? They light up, and you've probably seen them. This is, I'm almost embarrassed. It's like such an Asheville thing to do, is to walk while having these. You're supposed to spin it. It's like those fire dancers. It's not fire. It's like LED lights that change color. And I go walk around the neighborhood, and I didn't notice this until happened to look into one of my neighbor's windows, and you could see the reflection. It looked like a cop car, like cop lights that my LED, that I was spinning them in all different ways going down the street. The neighbors are probably, there goes Thornton again.
Hey, what are you doing in your time?
She come up here with her big boy voice. Now Marty, look at it, he's giving her a look. He hates it. She makes that big sound.
Here.
Oh, the blue one is, I'm gonna put the earring in so you guys can get her. The blue one is aquamarine. It is genuine. Check it out. What do y'all think? Could use a little more. There could be more. Could be more. Oh, Wendy found the invoices. Yay! Yeah, so y'all check your spam or junk, because sometimes the stuff gets buried. I don't know why. Even the stuff that, I send Azalea invoice, or not invoices, I'll send her invoices, but I send her emails all the time. And emails from me should never go in the junk drawer. But sometimes it happens. Just don't put them chest high. What are you talking about, Sheree? What are you talking about? These are from Sunday. That's the orange pie night. When I found that, I was like, what else you got? And that was my favorite ones. So I'm going to make the other ones. So if you like these, I don't know how, I have a total of 14 sets. That's how much was on the strand. And I want to make myself one pair of earrings with it. I was going to save them. But, no need to be greedy. No need to be super greedy. All right, my friends, that was a lot of fun. All right. All right, all right, all right. Oh, Carolyn, if you didn't see, yeah, you know what, Terry? Exactly. That Terry says that is insane, is so insane. I have never seen Aquamarine with that much character. Me neither. Usually when I've seen Aquamarine, and I have some on my desk over here, it tends to look a little bit like, I think, a little bit like a wider kind of, jelly-like appetite. And that's what I think it looks like. This, I think they're great. So if you want some and you're just catching up, email me. You can email right here, greengirlstudios@yahoo.com, and I'll get back to you. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining us. We love you out there. We hope that you get to make some jewelry this week. Do something fun. Get creative. Get your brains in that flow state and make some things. All right. We will see you Sunday at the usual time. All right, my friends, we'll see you soon. Good night.